Boy, a bold attempt to steal tens of thousands of dollars as part of a new campaign warning people about cryptocurrency scams.
At the same time, a local police department is taking steps to help victims recover some of their money. WLWT News 5's Todd Dykes now with the chilling body camera video of a woman who came awfully close to losing at least 23 grand.
Well, the footage shared by Ohio's Department of Job and Family Services shows just how far scammers will go to swipe someone's hard-earned cash. It's the kind of video that supports a move by one police department to use a digital exchange to fight back.
Hello.
She's at $23,000 already.
Where's she at right now?
In the corner over there.
That exchange led a police sergeant to this woman who was putting cash into a Bitcoin machine inside a gas station.
Please, I have the bank on the phone.
Okay, let me talk to who you're talking to on the bank.
I'm in danger.
After getting the woman's phone, the sergeant laid into the man, a scammer, on the other end of the line.
Let me speak to the customer.
No, you're not going to speak to the customer
Let me
anymore.
speak to the customer.
No, you're not speaking to the customer anymore. If you want to speak with her, you call my dispatch first. Any money to you.
I'm done.
No, listen to me.
Finish.
Listen to me. She is not clicking on anything.
Listen to me.
You still haven't gotten her name right, you frickin' moron.
After the heated exchange, the woman got her money back from the machine and avoided falling prey to a financial scam involving dollars converted to digital currencies.
Here's our message. Your bank would never ask you to withdraw thousands in cash and direct you to a remote gas station to deposit it in a Bitcoin machine.
It's a message Andrew Champagne hopes everyone hears.
The most important thing is if you do become a victim of one of these scams, report it immediately. The sooner we learn about it, the more likely it is we'll be able to recover some of those funds.
Champagne is a Campbell County police detective who's part of the department's electronic crime unit. He says since most crypto scammers are based overseas, prosecutions are hard to come by. That's why there's a growing focus on recovering money stolen from victims.
Some people kind of catch on to it early and lose a couple $100, some tens of thousands. Our primary goal is to get as much of that money back as possible.
Whether it's a romance ruse or shady investment opportunity, scammers help unsuspecting victims create crypto accounts.
What we jokingly say is these scammers are the best IT people you ever have. They can walk anyone through how to set up an account, how to get their money to an exchange, and how to get it sent to them.
But the notion that once money is gone, it's gone is not always true, thanks to detectives like Champagne.
What's unique about cryptocurrencies is all those transactional histories publicly available. Anybody can go and look at it. It's difficult to understand it sometimes, but once you do, you can actually trace those funds. And if we're able to trace them and trace them early, we're able to seize them.
The key is getting the lost digital dollars back before the bad guys deposit them in their account.
Embarrassment's probably the biggest thing we fight. You know, people are embarrassed to report, but again, it's so important to report and report early. Don't be embarrassed and call immediately.
This month, Campbell County opened an account on a cryptocurrency exchange called Kraken, which is like a digital bank. The Kraken exchange account will let police turn recovered crypto cash like Bitcoin back into U.S. dollars, which will then be returned to victims. Todd Dykes, WLWT News 5.
I'm glad we're doing stories like this. It happens all the time, especially with the elderly. I don't know how many times my mother got calls from people, your grandmother as well, where they're trying to get you to do these unusual things that they don't think about, unfortunately, at that stage of the game.
Well, because all this technology can be overwhelming even to us. So, and you gotta, I mean, kudos to that detective with the tough talk, and then, of course, our local detective Champagne for going after these guys, because it's just gotta stop.
Yep. All right, well, let's get over to, well, you know, before we get to weather, I want to